Morning, Northridge family. We'll go ahead and get started. My name is Rashay Holman, and I'm the Chief Nurse Executive here at Northridge Hospital Medical Center. And it is my great honor to welcome all of you to our 2021 Nursing Excellence Award ceremony. I would like to take a moment to say that it is really nice to see all of your smiling faces gathered in this room. It's been a long time since we've been here together, and it's nice to see that we are fast journeying back to our new normal. Did all of you see the glamour shots? I just have to mention that. You know, it's like really like Gemma, who else? Niwa, Bridget, and as they say in the island, it's hot like fire. This year's ceremony will be especially meaningful because all of the virtuous qualities for which these nominees were being recognized were on full display over the past year. As this organization participated in the world's response to the worst global pandemic in more than 100 years. Duty called, and each of you, along with your many colleagues, answered in a way worthy of praise and special recognition. And it is my and this organization's great pleasure to say thank you by honoring all of you here today. To that end, I would like to again welcome our nominees, staff, leadership team, medical staff, and other esteemed guests to this very special Nursing Excellence Award ceremony. Thank you. Okay, next we will have a blessing. I'd like to ask Chaplain Joseph Rogers to come up. Give a round of applause for Joseph. Absolutely. Dr. Dillon. Yes, but I'll put mine.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's just take a moment before we start to just pause and just hold in our hearts everything that we've gone through in this past year and a half. Maybe just inviting into your hearts the image of all of those who have supported you in the midst of this work. I say there's one prayer in particular that always gets answered, and this is the prayer, thank you. So I invite you to just offer some gratitude to those who, quite frankly, without whom we could not have gotten to this moment. So as we remember this morning what we have faced over the past year, as we grieve those we have lost and what we have missed, let us hold each other in hope, and we take the lessons of this time into our hearts. May we give thanks to all that has supported us when we could not keep going. May the love reflected in the action of others keep us from worry and continue to bring us strength. May our hearts be filled with the joy of knowing that our work is good and meaningful. And may we continue to be a blessing to all that we meet in the course of that work, knowing that this is what we are called to do in this life. As we care for others, may we know that the divine presence also cares for our hearts. Amen.
Thank you, Joseph. You gotta love Joseph. He just has that relaxing effect. Thank you, Joseph. I want to take this opportunity to recognize the invaluable service that our chaplain services provides to this organization. So we join them around the applause. Okay, next, we will have a medical staff greeting from who I consider to be one of my favorite people in the organization, Dr. Sully. Will you come?
Thanks, Roche. I appreciate it. Just thinking as I was sitting there, the last time I actually stood up here was over a year ago when I was giving a CME. It's really nice to be here in person. Thank you, Roche, and thank you, everybody. Excuse me. I won't take too much of your time. I prepared a 3-minute, very amateurly done video that I think is circulating through email. If you have a chance to view it, I just want you to know that it's from the heart. It was showing my gratitude on behalf of the medical staff for the incredible work that you've done. I don't have a prepared statement, but first I wanted to congratulate the finalists as we're here for that occasion. I wish you well. Congratulations. Jennifer told me to say that. So, and thank you for your time. Like I said, thank you for your time. Right, Jennifer? So every year, the hospital, mainly the hospital administration, celebrates Nurses Week. It's really, I guess I learned from Paul on a meeting. It's hospital week, and then there's the nurses week. They're actually 1 week apart, but most hospitals combine. This year, it's different. This year, so every year, people are thanked for all the great work the nurses are doing, and there's a lot of reasons to give thanks for it. This year, it's different. This year, you became our heroes by all sense of the word. Okay, and it's not exaggerated. All right. The reason for that is that in the midst of, as Roche said, in the midst of the worst public health crisis that this hospital, this town, this country, this world has seen, you showed up to work to take care of your fellow human beings. You did that when you knew, remember the beginning, we didn't know what's going to happen to all of us, right? You did that even though you know that you're putting yourself at risk and perhaps your family and loved ones at risk. And when you were here, you were not just providing care as nurses, as other hospital staff members. You weren't just applying yourself as what you do best. You were a lot more than that. Because of the visitation restrictions that we had, all the restrictions that we had, which we really had to have, obviously, you served not only as these people's care providers, but as their loved ones. You were their daughters, you were their sons. At times you were perhaps their spouse, perhaps their parents. You were the only one really who could really hold their hands in the worst time for these people. And for far too often, you were the only one there when they passed away. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the medical staff here at this hospital for the courage that you've shown, for your resilience, and for everything that you've done for us and everything that you do every day. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those fine words, Dr. Next, we're going to have leadership comments from our president, Paul Lockett. Before Paul comes up, I just want to say that, for the first time in my career, I work for someone who I not only admire, but who I want to be like. And that's always the mark of, when you ask yourself, am I at the right place? That's always a question I ask myself. And Paul is the epitome of a great leader. He allows us to make mistakes, fix those mistakes, and grow. He allows us to exercise our talents in a way that makes us feel free and makes us feel that there's no ceiling over our head. And I know that the rest of the leadership team and those who work with Paul can certainly identify with what I'm saying. So I just wanted to offer that special recognition to you, sir, because your leadership shined through during this pandemic. Thank you for letting us be who we are. Thank you for letting us use the talents we have. So, Dr. Paul Lockett.
Thank you, Rashay, for those kind and very unexpected comments. I was going to say, great, I have to follow Dr. Saleh after that great talk that he gave, and then you throw that in. So, well, I really am loving my time here at Northridge. So I'm happy it's all working out for all of us. It's a great place. And of course, no place, every place, every organization and system is really just a collection of individual people and individual behaviors. And of course, that's what we have here, such wonderful people, and we're blessed that way. So it goes without saying that we've been through an extraordinary year. And here at Northridge, I think we are very blessed because we have extraordinary staff and physicians. And during this past year, everybody, all of those extraordinary people rose to the occasion to do really extraordinary things. And today here, we are here to recognize a few staff members who were identified and selected by their peers for their outstanding achievement. And so I want to congratulate all the finalists, and of course, the few that will be selected and we'll announce later. But also, I also want to recognize the efforts of all, because no individual effort doesn't have the same meaning without having the overall efforts and of the organization of each one of us, because it took each and every person, staff member, and physician to get us through the past year, to get us where we are today. So I thank you for that. I thank you for everything that you've done over the past year. And I thank you for taking care of our patients, their families, and each other. Look forward to another year, but not the same. As Rashay says, we're happily getting used to our new normal. And I did hear on the news driving in this morning that they say that we can actually take our masks off inside buildings now if you've been fully vaccinated, unless you work in a hospital. So I guess we get to wear masks on. Anyway, again, thank you. Congratulations.
Okay. Next, we're going to move right into a portion of the ceremony that is very near and dear to my heart. The Daisy Award is an extremely important exercise that we do here each month, recognizing the special efforts of nurses throughout the organization who go above and beyond and who are nominated by patients oftentimes. And, we have a committee who manages the awarding of the Daisy Award. And we couldn't have a better chair of that committee than Emily Carlson. She truly has a passion for this award. She makes it very special each time an awardee gets it. She makes sure the right people are there. She can be very pushy and moody about it. Don't want to miss, people gather in the lobby for that award religiously, on time, collectively. So come on up, Emily.
And so are we streaming through here? So good morning, Fort Far. I hope you're on there. My name is Emily Carlson. I'm the manager on Fort Far, and I'm also part of the DAISY committee, like Rashay said. So this morning, we're just going to go over our past winners of the DAISY Award and also recognize our nominees that were nominated for the DAISY Award. So first, the past year's DAISY Award winners we have. Okay, we have Angelita Sejos from BHU. And he was the recipient for February 2020. We have Boston Bidgoli, RN in ICU. He currently was working in 3 FAR. Now he's in ICU for April 2020. So for July 2020, we have Jeannie Reyna. She is the nurse shift manager that works in NICU. Are you? Yes. We have Jennifer Sullivan, RN in ICU. She was our first DAISY recipient that started to receive the Amazon gift card. So before we were doing Black Angus, and we started the Amazon gift card for her. Our next one is Allie Langer. She works in 3G. She's actually currently in the transition program for the Versant program, and now she's transitioning into ICU. So congratulations, Allie. For October 2020. Then we have Gia Gonzalez. She works in 3 FAR. She was the recipient of the DAISY Award in November 2020. And then Mark Beagle, dear to my heart, works in 4 FAR. He was the recipient for February 2021. And last but not least, we have for March 2021, we have Azucena Portillo. She works in the GI lab. Something new that we'd like to also do with our DAISY presentation, we have our DAISY Award nominees. So we have a pin for them, and we also have a certificate. These nominees were excellent write-ups for these nurses, and they were part of the nominee recipients for DAISY. So we have Dana Bethel that works in BHU. We have Leslie Gruall in 3 FAR, Lizette Carlson in BHU, Stella Cordero. She's 3 FAR. Who is? Stella. Stella. Okay. Stella. She changed. She works so Olga Soy, 4G, and I think she's here today. She's working upstairs, so we'll give her certificate. Elaine Villaluna in the Cancer Center, and Ed Zamora in BHU. So those are all the nominees for the DAISY Award. So they receive their nomination letter, and they also receive a DAISY pin that they can wear. Okay, so those are our DAISY Award nominees and our recipients. So what I'd like to present now is our first time in Northridge history where we have started, DAISY has multiple awards that they present. And what we would like to present starting this year, we're going to do the Nursing Leadership Award. So the Nursing Leadership Award encompasses all the qualities of a DAISY winner and much more. Leadership, management, being able to follow through with policies, procedures, and excelling at the nursing at the bedside or even in quality or management. So I would like to make sure, let me get my stuff first. So for the Nursing Management Daisy Award, I'd like to have Monty Brar come forward. So we always, every month, we do the Daisy Leadership Award, and we have now the Nursing Leadership Award. I have all these goodies here for you. Okay, so we won't go through everything, the explanation, but we will definitely make sure it's presented. So we have the Daisy certificate for you. We have, this award is presented to Mandeep Brar, MSN, RNNP Program Manager of the Care Transition Program, in deep appreciation of the compassionate leadership you provide, creating an environment of care that truly makes a difference in the lives of your staff, your patients, and your families. And it's signed by Roche and also Mark Barnes, the founder of the Daisy Foundation. So there's your certificate. But first, we'll go ahead and I would like to read the nominee for you. Thank you. We would like to nominate Mandeep Brar for the Daisy Nurse Leadership Award. Mandeep is the lead NP and program manager for the Care Transition team and has a full-time day job with that. In her role as a leader, she has consistently led with compassion and professionalism, consistently modeling our values. She is a testament to our excellent nursing practice and inspires her team to achieve better outcomes for our patients. During the height of the COVID pandemic, the transitional care team was asked to assist in various roles and functions that were desperately needed to support our community. Mandeep was instructional, leading the operations of two major projects, the COVID testing site and the vaccine clinic. Both projects require clinical oversight and a tremendous amount of logistical and operational planning. You successfully led the projects with grace and excellence. The vaccine clinic was one of the key drivers of helping lower the prevalence of COVID in our community and protecting those on the front lines. Each weekday for the past 6 months, Mandeep led the vaccination team with ever-present challenges regarding changes in supply, demand, and patient populations. Her leadership was always compassionate, thorough, and she exemplified human kindness. She was willing to jump in and help with everything and inspire those around to do the same. She definitely leads by example. And this was written by the Northridge Hospital Senior Leadership Team. We have definitely the flowers. We spruced it up a little bit with different types of daisies because it is such a special award as a Nursing Leadership Award. So these are heavy, so I'll just put these down. And then we also have from the Shona tribe in Zimbabwe, the sculpture of healing. This resembles the continuous touch of human beings. And it's through the Shona tribe. They earn their living, their money by making these special sculptures for the Daisy recipient. Then we also have the Daisy pin, actually Daisy Kleenexes. I know it's somewhere in there. Is that it? Oh yeah, it's a special pin. And actually, you need to wear this proudly. Don't wear it over your thing, but on the other side of the badge, yes. And it basically says nursing leader, Daisy nursing leader. Okay. And of course, I always forget something. So we have a little brochures in here, what you can, what you earn as a Daisy honoree, how special you are, and where you'll be placed on the Northridge website. We'll have you on the wall out there, so all that good stuff. And then we have a special parking place for you. And it's in the east parking structure. And we also have the $50 Amazon card. One I forgot. So. Okay. Would anyone like to say anything, or would you like to say any special words?
I would just like to say thank you so much to each and every one. It's a great time here at Northridge. And I truly appreciate everyone's efforts. And we've been through a hard time, all of us together, but we wouldn't have succeeded this without everyone's effort. And we have a great leadership team here. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
And then later we'll take a picture of these. And a nice grocery bag for you.
Congratulations. So next we will have higher education and certificate recognition. For those, we'll take this moment to recognize those who have received higher education degrees and nursing certification within the past year. And we will bring Melinda Henry up for that. I think Melinda is probably the nicest person I've ever met in my life. I just want to see her scold somebody.
It's nice to be, it's easy to be nice to nice people. You do have PS ones to start with? MS. Okay. All right, I'm sorry. First time seeing this. So again, we'd like to recognize everybody that has taken on the tremendous effort to go back to school and achieve a higher level of education. Anyone that has gone back to school knows that it is a daunting task, even in normal times. Especially proud of these staff members that we're going to name now that were able to come to work, to support all of you, to support the hospital and our patients, take care of their families, and go to school at the same time. So it's really an amazing effort for them. Okay, so we are going to start with our staff members that have been able to achieve an MSN, and I am going to butcher some people's names, so I apologize in advance. So number one, Tochukwu Akwadi from 3 FAR, Enrique Asensio from the Emergency Department, Mary Catalan from the PACU, Denise Chapman from Nursing Administration, Charlie Davies from the Emergency Department, Harjeet Dalwali from 3G, Vanilla Domingo from Care Coordination, Elizabeth Jordan from 3G, Kira Leo from ED, Sana Makaram from 3G, Corinne Cloud from 3G, Josette Perron from ED, Liberty Grace Salvio, a fantastic name, from Labor and Delivery, Irina Staroyan from 3F, Olga Silvestrova from 3IFL or Rehab, Morgan Smith from the ICU, and Sanda Warda from the ICU. So if we could just give a round of applause to everybody that has done. We do have a larger list of staff members that have gone back to receive their Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. We have Jesse Aldana from 4 FAR, Maribeth Amala Albano from ICU, Janet Matthew Angeles from Surgery, Adrian Babakanyan from Care Coordination, Dana Bednar from the Emergency Department. And I see a lot of these are staff members that are in my Versant program, so I'm especially proud of them. Roma Bagia from 4 FAR, Alyssa Bunyodon from 3IFL, Anthony Brown from the Emergency Department, Christina Katie from 3F, Giuliani Katui from ICU, Jackie Chung from the Emergency Department, Anthony Postale from 3G, Tracy Craig from the ICU, Charles Delgado from 3 FAR, Jamie Diaz Rivera from 3G, Danielle Dugan from Pediatrics, Daryl Elizardi from 3 FAR, Laura Esparza from 4G, Tahira Fosley from Pediatrics, Sydney Fernandez from 4G, Catherine Gustafson from the Emergency Department, Brittany Hine from the ICU, Prisma Hernandez from 3 FAR, Jacqueline Howell from Surgery, Sarah Ilgan from 3F, Xenia Jacobo from 3IFL, Dakian Jin from Surgery, Rita Kazarian from 3IFL, Deborah Kim from 3G, Stella Kim from the Labor and Delivery Department, Annette Lee from 3 FAR, Sonia Laquigan from 4G, Adela Lopez, ICU, Adrian Malabunga from 3 FAR, Nagella Namintim from Pediatrics, and Armin Manokian from 3 FAR. Again, if we can give them a round of applause. Oh, hold your applause, we have even more. Sorry. Okay, so we can be especially proud that we have this amount of people that feel that higher education is important. Jonathan Mezia from 3 FAR, Ayako Miller from ICU, Patricia Morales from the BHU Crisis Team, Kenny Moreno from ICU, Mary Nazarian from 3 FAR, Hong Yuan Wen, from ICU, Hector Orozco from ED, Vilma Padilla from the Emergency Department, Lauren Porter from the PICU, Cecilia Ramirez from 3IFL, Susama Rehi from 3 FAR, Lou Remular from 3 FAR, Regine Rivera from 3 FAR, Dennis Robles from 3F, Tiana Russo from 3G, Laura Sanchez de Martinez from 3 FAR, Lucy Shamanian from 3 FAR, Wisavet Siratem from Surgery, Angelica Skidmore from 3 FAR, Erlyn Soriano from the Emergency Department, Brooklyn Stevens from L&D, Hung Ta from ICU, Kelly Tang from 4G, Angeli Thomas from 3G, Shannon Tran from 3 FAR, Olga Tasoy from 4G, Kristen Van Dongen from 3G, Julia Vasquez from ICU, and Christopher Zulueta from 3IFL. Okay, we can applaud now. Please give them a round of applause. We do have some nurses that went on to get specialty certifications, which is also a daunting task. A lot of these programs require a lot of time, a lot of testing and studying, so we'd like to celebrate those people too. So nurses that have received the MICN certification, Joelle Armendariz, sorry about that, Melissa Bowden, and Lourdes Ponce. I think that is all of our certifications. Okay. So thank you again. And if you see any of these people in the hallways, please congratulate them on such a big success.
Thank you, Miranda. And congratulations to all of those who have recognized the importance of higher education and have answered their call. Scholarship is oftentimes a reflection of character and the program we will recognize two people. We will have the president of our foundation, Mr. Brian Hamill, come up and present those awards.
Thank you, Rashay. It was about 6 years ago when I met a gentleman by the name of Ron Greenwald. Ron Greenwald's dad was in and out of this hospital on many, many occasions, also other hospitals in the greater area. And unfortunately, Ron's dad passed away. But he could not stop talking about the tremendous care that his dad received, in particularly from a particular nurse. And the nurse was Rn McCool. And we absolutely, let's give her a hand. I'm hoping Lauren is resting. Now she's unable to be here with us, but I hope she's on the stream as we sent her the invite yesterday. And as we started to talk, Ron really talked to me about some of the sterling qualities that Lauren possessed. And he said, I need to do something. So we started a scholarship and we called it the Lauren McCool and Ron Greenwald, Robert Greenwald, Love of Humanity Scholarship. So when I sat with Ron, we talked about, what it would take. So we started with a $20,000 donation to start and kick off this scholarship. We talked about $2,500 a year to continue an RN in her or his progression in education. As we started to list out the criteria, the normal things came up. Well, is there a financial need? Well, what about her academic background, et cetera, et cetera. And at the end of the day, we said, who cares? All we wanted to talk about was the major theme of the scholarship, and that was love of humanity. And that's what the award is based on. So this is our 6th year in doing it, and we have our recipient here. And I wanted to take a minute to thank our very small committee that puts this together every year. Of course, Lauren McCool, Cheryl Wheelock from Nursing Administration, Angie Meza from HR, and Miriam Olga Antonaro from Mission and Patient Experience, who really went through the applications and was able to come up with an award winner. Before I announce our winner, the 2 questions that it's really based on in the application is for the applicant to write about is, number 1, how do you demonstrate love of humanity in your nursing care? And number 2, how do you advocate for patients and patient families emotionally, spiritually, and culturally? I don't have to tell anybody in this room how important that second part was this year. So our award winner here is from ICU. And I'm happy to see Tiffany Pesci here, her manager. She's been here for 12 years, and it's Monica Bernal. Monica, come on up. So let me tell you a little bit about Monica. Don't bite it. Let's get the spotlight on. There we go. So Monica has been working at Northridge for 12 years as a registered nurse. She started here in the Versant program and worked on the telemetry floor. These are Monica words now. And then transfers to the intensive care unit. I have learned a lot working here with so many wonderful nurses. Many of them have become my good friends along the way. I have learned to care for my patients in many ways. I have been able to advocate for them and their families. I have learned to care for critical care patients along with so many amazing nurses and doctors. I have been able to save lives that we never thought we could by working together day and night, making sure they survive. At the same time, we are caring for the family and comforting them. Over this past year during the pandemic, I have experienced so much and seen so much. I can't even tell you half of the stories I have or the pain I've seen people go through. There is one lady that stands out to me. She was out of state and got sick from COVID. She had to stay here in the States and her family went back home. She was all alone, sick, and very lonely. I was able to care for her and comfort her family over the iPad. We would call her husband, call her kids, and pray all together so she would be better soon. She was very, very sick for about 2 months, but she fought through it. I was there the day that she was extubated, praying together, holding her hand until she made it out of the ICU and home with her husband and kids. I have been able to learn how to care for open heart patients, critical care patients, and CRRT patients. I have also been able to train to be a preceptor for new nurses. I know there is so much I can still learn. That is why this scholarship is important to me. I have 2 daughters. One is in college now and the other in elementary school. God love you. I know they look up to me, and I want them to know it's never too late to finish school and always want to advance your education. This year's recipient of the Robert Greenwald and Lauren McCool Scholarship from ICU, Monica Bernal.
Thank you. I just want to thank everybody, and I love this place. I love my team in ICU, and thanks.
Thank you, Monica, and thank you, Lauren, for the great work in starting this scholarship. Our next scholarship is from West Coast University. And West Coast has been a good partner with our foundation and our hospital over the years. And they granted a $5,000 scholarship to a person in the hospital to continue their education. And they really wanted it to be towards a Master of Health Administration. So this year's recipient is from our Care Coordination Social Services Department. And the managers, Yasmin Bukhar and Francia Razzo. And I want to bring up Ben Sipkoff. Ben, come on up. Ben's thought process as he's continuing his education. Throughout my career at Northridge Hospital, I have strived to meet each patient and family with compassion, empathy, and an understanding that navigating the healthcare system can feel completely overwhelming. I see a lot of heads nodding. This year, more than any in recent memory, has tested that system and pushed the structure to its limits. However, despite the challenges that our hospital faces, I am reminded daily of the resilience of both our community and healthcare professionals. Collaborating with the multidisciplinary team and community agencies, I have utilized both direct clinical interventions as well as more comprehensive and broad-based approaches to help improve in mental health outcomes. While I believe that ground-level clinicians and practitioners are essential, I also believe that for healthcare organizations to thrive, effective interventions and positive health outcomes must also stem from the top down. Consequently, I believe that healthcare administration plays an extremely vital role in enhancing and supporting the individuals who serve within the healthcare system. I am pursuing a master's in healthcare administration to build upon my skill set and broaden my scope of practice, ultimately in serving and crafting and implementing successful policy. How about that? Congratulations, Ben.
May pamangkin pala ako sa pizza na nandiyan sa Long Beach. Ay. Nurse din, nurse. Anak ng pinsan ko. Hindi pa naman asawa.
Thank you, Brian. And congratulations to you, Ben. Always wanted to follow Brian. When I saw him on the program, I was like, oh, down. All right, so now we have this. All right, so we will move right into the Nursing Excellence Awards. And I'm going to require the assistance of Karen Overton and my co-host, Jill Dixon. And Jill's going to have a few opening words before we get started.
It's me. Good morning. Good morning. I thought I'd take my tutu off today and put a real dress on. My husband thought I was going to court for some reason. I said to him, honey, we've been quarantining for an entire year. What do you think I got up to? He's in here with me. Well, we mask this off or mask on?
You can take your.
So I put lipstick on too. Getting back to normal. I have to start my makeup again, right, ladies? So it's been a year, hasn't it? And each year this time at Nurses Week, we always recognize each other. But I think even more so this year, I'm getting all emotional. It is so important that we recognize each other. It is so important that we acknowledge our coworkers. It is so important that we celebrate nursing and we celebrate all the other professions in this hospital. And so to that end, we have the Nurse Week 2021 Excellence Awards. And we have some really great winners. Now, these are nomination write-ups from all of you. These are write-ups from all of your coworkers here. And each nomination clearly shows how the finalists qualified for the category that they were nominated in. And as one of the folks that served on the nominations committee, you gave us a tough job. We were up all night. Literally, we were up all night trying to figure out the winners to this. So congratulations to all of you that got a nomination, and congratulations to our winners. We're about to find out who they are. So we will begin with the best supporting player. Now, this is someone who's in patient care services, but is not an RN. And we recognize all of these people all of these professions who really keep this hospital going. So without further ado, the finalists in the best supporting player are Pamela Bonaldo, or G. Carol from rehab. Jose Gazzardo from 3FA, and Pablo Mena from 4G. Okay, so in this category, the 4 finalists really stood out. The RNs truly love these supportive coworkers, and the recipient for the best supporting player was recognized for the following: is the most positive and kind person who spreads human kindness to the team every day, is also versatile and helps the unit run smoothly, has the ability to perform many tasks on the unit, even when floating to other floors, has the ability to anticipate everyone's needs, jumps in to help wherever is needed, is appreciated, loved by patients as well as staff, and has a really great can-do attitude. Your team is so lucky to have you. You are their superstar, and the winner is.
And the winner. Have a recount. Congratulations.
Thank you guys so much.
We will take note.
Oh, I have to put my mask back on now.
No social distancing around here.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so the next non-nursing award is the Best Friend of Nursing. Now, this category is someone who is a non-patient care services area. So this would be folks in our transport department, EVS, pharmacy, etc. Okay, and the finalists in this category are Ann Baca, Central Supply, Steve Osberg from Transport, Antonia Reyes from EVS, and Iqbal Singh from Pharmacy. So this best friend is not in nursing, but works closely with nursing. And without these best friends of the hospital, it would not run smoothly. Everyone that was nominated in this category is very well known and very well loved. So this is what the nurses have to say about the best friend of nursing. Amazing, with a warm smile and a quiet, caring attitude, loved by patients and staff, hardworking, and displays much pride, passion, professionalism, and dedication. Our area is always clean, especially during the pandemic. The floors clean, restrooms are tidy, and there's never a speck of dirt or dust, which is vital for our patients. You are appreciated for everything you do. We are so very lucky to have you. And the best friend of nursing is...
Best friend of nursing, hold on. Remember in 2017 when Steve Harvey called out the wrong? This is so, Antonio, come on up. Thank you for your service and thank you for being here today. And congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we have Adrian and Damien.
She asked for PTO today.
Congratulations.
You can go home now.
Every Friday, Antonia says, okay, Heffa, it's time for margaritas. So now she's really can have one. Okay, and so now we have a brand new award. This is really exciting this year. And this is to somebody who demonstrates the best principles of HRO, of a high reliability organization. And this new award is called Best Representative of HRO Principles. That's easy to remember, right? So the finalists here are Teresa Maravilla from Behavioral Health, and Nelly Ashikova from Care Coordination. The student write-up is as follows. This person is committed to a culture of safety, is accountable, proactive, positive, skillful, goes above and beyond, is flexible, and takes the initiative, and gracefully takes on way too many added responsibilities and shifts. Your department publicly and profoundly offers their respect and appreciation for your contributions, your support, and attention to details every day. Thank you for ensuring a culture of safety. And the winner goes to
We'd like to say thank you for your service and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Right. Okay, so we have Miss here from
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, now for the nursing awards. And the first one is for the best RN preceptor, mentor, and educator. And the finalists in this category are Neve Anderson from Rehab, from 3G, Holly from ICU, from ED. Well, this person received several anonymous, get my teeth in. Much better when I have my mask on. This person received several nominations from their coworkers who see this nurse as setting standards and expectations for excellent care. This nurse is someone who puts new grads at ease, inspires confidence, shares wealth of knowledge, and challenges them to above and beyond their expectations. This person also makes it a priority to go above and beyond to shore up their colleagues and help them to give much better care to the most serious of patients. And this person also clearly communicates the knowledge that they have gained throughout their own experiences to help other nurses achieve excellence. And the winner goes to
And was also our newly re-elected president of the RN 1-to-1. I work very closely with her, and I would like to say on behalf of this organization, congratulations for your service, your invaluable work with the new grads. I heard so much great feedback for how detailed you are. And that's just, as I said, an invaluable service that you provide. And we appreciate you more than I would ever say.
I also would like to invite my co-nominees to come up here and share this. Nurses, we're all educators, so. Veronica not here? Veronica? Going once.
I think she's on Zoom.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
That was lovely. Thank you. How come you're all the way in the back? No. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Come on. Okay, so the next award is for Best RN Clinician, and the finalists are, and I apologize if I mess up the names, Guia Gonzalez from 3 Bar, ICU. louder when you're clapping. This is awesome. Do they have opinion? Okay, let's represent nurses. Come on. So this nurse is the go-to person in the unit, especially since there are a lot of new nurses joining that team. She is known for being patient and nurturing new nurses, being willing to share her nursing experiences to help them become better nurses. Her coworkers are thankful when she is in charge, as they know they can trust her decision-making skills. And the winner of Best Clinician goes to
the informal leader that Esther is on the night shift. She has coordination with everything, even when they go out in the morning.
Yes.
They all do it together. Dare not go out without the rest of the group. And that comes from Esther's attention to detail, and understanding that leadership means more than just telling people what to do, but knowing how to make people feel part of the team. And on behalf of this organization, we want to express our deep appreciation for your leadership and for your clinical expertise. So, congratulations.
Do we have time? Oh.
I just want to share this award with my fellow co-workers. I have all my passies in the back over there cheering me on. I just could not get to where I am without you guys. I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. I want to also thank Cheryl and Tiffany for always pushing me to the challenge, and I must say I will stand up to it. Thank you all so very much. Thank you.
Oh, it's because we got.
And now we are going to award the best RN team player and collaborator. The finalists in this category are Mandeep Ra from Transitional Care, Neiman Clayton from Full Bar, Ian from Surgery. Okay, well, that one came out pretty good. Let's honor the nominees. Okay, so we have Gemma Farajian from Surgery, Cherie Smith from Light and Marisol Livio. When working with her, I also rate
Congratulations. And that's her own creation to do the necklace. Beautiful.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, everyone, and we are now down to our last RN award, and this award is the Best RN Leader Manager Supervisor. The finalists are Sabrine Bangu from Forfara, Preceptor from Surgery, Miwa Iom from 3FAR, Rona Garcia from 4FAR, and Dulce Sucevic from 4G. And for this winner, the write-up goes something like this. This leader received multiple nominations and is known as one of the hardest working managers and best manager they know. Her leadership attributes include being positive, having great organizational skills, quick ability to adapt, striving for excellent patient care. This leader also displays a calm demeanor, which is essential to guiding a very demanding department, and she is their rock. Demonstrates reliability, patience, knowledge, compassion, and resourcefulness. Listens to team input, involves and motivates them towards a common goal, and finally, has very high standards and has earned the respect of her team. And the winner goes to...
All right, come on up and receive your recognition, Bridget Duvallis. For those sports fans in the room, it's very rare that you have a Rookie of the Year and an MVP all in the same season. And I tell you, this woman came into our organization during COVID, and she performed at a level that would suggest she had been here for 20 years. Her collaborative efforts, just the fact that you're so nice and easy to work with was just wonderful to have at our disposal during this pandemic. So, you know, this is something very special, and I hope that you recognize how special it is and the impact you made on this organization in such a short amount of time. So, congratulations on behalf of the organization, and your award. All right, we'll have we'll have Ludmila, and you are the manager, so
and
just Ludmila. And Betsy.
And Betsy.
Yes, yes. So, for those of you who don't know our wonderful Chief Operating Officer, Betsy Hart here, and she is an RN as well, and performed above and beyond the entire time. So I just want to, on behalf, Happy Nurses Week to you.
Happy
And,
Nurses Week to you guys.
you know, we appreciate you beyond our words. All right.
Thank you.
So I want to thank Jill and Karen for their assistance during this segment of the program. So now we will backtrack a bit, and we will take this opportunity to present the second scholarship award, and that is the Niles Chapman Award. And I would like to introduce to you Dr. Stephen Red Shoes Catamount and Ms. Grace Leland.
I'm not gonna use the microphone because I got a big mouth. Anyway, the Niles Chapman Award is from one of our prior surgeons, and you probably you guys do not remember who he was, but he was a vascular surgeon, cardiac surgeon, who knew his way around the chest like the back of my hand. He was an excellent surgeon, and he was here for many, many years, and they established a scholarship fund in his honor. And today, the awardee who's going to get this award is a wonderful person in the operating room. She has shown leadership skills, human kindness, and an unbelievable, wonderful, positive attitude, and just a fabulous attitude. You know, life can throw you all kinds of things. It's like a roller coaster. You go up, you go down, and when life throws you a bowl of, you know what, doo-doo, sometimes it's difficult to deal with. And this young lady was thrown a big bowl of doo-doo, and she has gone through that whole process with this thing, with this life issue, with a smile on her face, with a wonderful attitude, and something we should all learn how to deal with adversity, because she is just a beautiful example. During that period of time when she was going through all these processes, she has risen to a leadership role in our department and running the front desk. She's just a fine example of a wonderful nurse, a kind, human, caring person, and just a wonderful colleague to work with. And then the other part of the award that goes with it, the, what do you call it? Brian, what does it go with?
Crystal vase.
The crystal vase, whatever. So you're going to get that too. But the most important thing is the check in here, but they got to replace it with the real check, okay? That's a yes.
Could we have Ludmila and Betsy come up?
Ludmila, come on up. Where's Ludmila? Come on, Miss Betsy. Come on over here. Here, you can have it.
Are you sure?
I think so. I don't know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Make me look skinny. I know. They shrunk the scrub. It's terrible. Thank you for
I'd like to take this opportunity to offer a special recognition. I got here in October of 2018, and there's a lot of transition in the organization, and this program was almost a victim of that transition. It almost didn't happen in 19, but people who were talking about it prior to pulling it together were just like, there's no way we're going to get this together. It's too much work, it's too much communication that we need to have done, started almost 6 months ago. There was one person who said, wait, hold up, stop. We can do this, we can get this done. She pulled together a team and pulled that award ceremony off, and it was a great success. So I'm going to ask Teresa Unson to come up. It's a tremendous amount. So we can say thank you, and I'm sure you've heard that many times from many people today and each time you do this ceremony. But there are times when we need to give you something to symbolize that thank you. And so I wanted to call you up here today and offer you these gifts to say thank you on behalf of the organization. So some beautiful flowers. And I will take the flowers into All right. Well,
Other than to say I'm going to sleep late tomorrow morning.
well, Teresa, we greatly appreciate your efforts pulling this program together every year. And it is a great success because of your attention to detail and your meticulousness. And we appreciate you beyond our words.
Thank you very much. Thank
Okay, so for closing remarks to conclude the program, I'm going to ask my partner in crime and my favorite CMO, Mark Dumais, to come up for closing remarks. And right after this service, he'll be preaching his first sermon entitled, How to Get Back to Normal.
Thank you, Richard. So we're scheduled till 10 o'clock this morning, so I'm glad to say we have plenty of time. But I actually prepared some remarks today, because when I go off script, I never really know for sure where I'm going to end up, so I'll try to stick to the page. I had the privilege of speaking at this event 2 years ago, so when I was asked to say something this morning, I went back to see what I had said in 2019. Anyone remember 2019? COVID didn't even exist in the spring of 2019. Anyway, so I opened the time capsule known as my H drive on my computer, and I saw I had referred to nurses as literal and figurative heroes working on the front lines. I advise to improve collaboration with physicians, be a lifelong learner, laugh, cry, and be proud of what you accomplish every day. Then the pandemic came. And I believe you did all I had said and so much more. I cannot thank you enough, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Now for today, rather than simply talking about nurses being special, I wanted to reflect on why nurses are so special. And I think one of the keys is how well nurses practice empathy. Now we usually start meetings with reflections, but today I would like to end with one. This reflection about empathy is from Brene Brown, and you can find it on YouTube. So what is empathy? And why is it very different than sympathy? Empathy fuels connection. Sympathy drives disconnection. Empathy, it's very interesting. Teresa Wiseman, a nursing scholar who studied professions, very diverse professions, where empathy is relevant, and she came up with 4 qualities of empathy. Perspective taking. The ability to take the perspective of another person or recognize their perspective as their truth. 2, staying out of judgment. Not easy to do when you enjoy it as much as some of us do. Recognizing emotion in other people and then communicating that. Empathy is feeling with people. Empathy is feeling with people. And to me, I always think of empathy as this kind of sacred space. When someone is kind of in a deep hole and they shout out from the bottom and they say, hey, I'm stuck. It's dark. I'm overwhelmed. And then we look and we say, hey, I'm down. I know what it's like down there. And you're not alone. Sympathy is, oh, it's bad. Uh-oh. No. You want a sandwich? Empathy is a choice. And it's a vulnerable choice because in order to connect with you, I have to connect with something in myself that knows that feeling. Rarely, if ever, does an empathetic response begin with, at least. And we do it all the time. Because you know what? Someone just shared something with us that's incredibly painful, and we're trying to silver lining it. I don't think that's really a verb, but I'm using it as one. We're trying to put the silver lining around it. So I had a miscarriage. Oh, well, at least you know you can get pregnant. I think my marriage is falling apart. At least you have a marriage. John's getting kicked out of school. Well, at least Sarah's an A student. But one of the things we do sometimes in the face of very difficult conversations is we try to make things better. If I share something with you that's very difficult, I'd rather you say, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm just so glad you told me. Because the truth is, rarely can a response make something better. What makes something better is connection. I believe connecting with people is what nurses do so well, and it's one of the reasons nurses are so special. And I'm not just trying to win best friend of nursing when I say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now you see why he's one of my favorite guys. Thank you, Dr. DeMay. So that concludes our program for today. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to come and honor these very special people within our organization. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of 2021. Thank you.